Hi, so this is the first episode of our podcast between me and Dr. Ian. And the reason we've decided to do this is because we've both been in the industry for almost 20 years and we have different views. I left the industry just before COVID and I started doing holiday homes. And recently I've been getting requests from clients on purchasing property again and purchasing with the intention of short-term rental. So now I'm forced to go back into sales, even though I wasn't keen. And the reason I wasn't keen, this is Ian, Dr. Ian, I call him, because he has 18 years of experience in Dubai real estate, and it's very rare to find people that have lasted that long and are still passionate, educated, and positive regarding it. So the objective of our discussions will be to really find out the truth about investing in Dubai today, and is it truly a good option, sustainable? Is there real growth, or is it a bubble that's about to burst or has already burst? And is the whole supply and demand theory true? Where is it? How is it? So, Ian, thank you for coming.
Pleasure.
First question that I have is a very famous individual by the name of, I forgot his first name, but he was a Rothschild, said in the early 1900s that we don't buy real estate at all-time highs. We buy real estate when there's blood in the streets. And generally, that philosophy has stood the course of time. So in the recent past, the best time to have bought Dubai real estate would have been during COVID.
Correct.
When there was blood in the streets, literally.
Yes.
People were dying.
Yes.
And since COVID, we've had almost a 3x, 4x in some locations.
Yeah, and sometimes even
like
more.
The Palm.
The Palm, Dubai Hills.
Yeah.
And.
So my question is, being at an all-time high now, and taking into consideration what this old gentleman has said, is Dubai still a good proposition, and why?
Yes, is the short answer. But to give you a bit more meat on the bone, if you look at Dubai now and you zoom out, first of all, give yourself some perspective on what Dubai is and what it represents on the global stage. So first things first, and again, for the people that are listening to this, trying to feel their way through the Dubai market and understand what it represents, the first thing is it is now considered a major city. So if you put it up against the rest of the major cities on the planet, it's the cheapest per square foot than every other major city on the planet. So that's number one. Number two, Dubai is within the top 4 safest cities on the planet. Again, this is a key thing that people are looking for in the world. The other 3 are all here in the UAE. So safety and value are both here. Number 3, if we look at Dubai and we ask ourselves, why Dubai? What does it represent and why is it so important? Well, first of all, we're in the middle of the earth. We are a trade hub, whether we like it or not. Everything will come through and leave. Okay? We're also a hub for the Middle East. And therefore, we represent something within the Middle East in today's market that will last and stand the test of time. Dubai has, over the past, let's just call it 20 years, rather than going back too far. But if we look back 20 years, or if we look back 18 years when I first arrived, the city was Dubai and Dira. If we look at the current market today and we look at Dubai today, you're going to see an expansive landscape that stretches all the way down to the border of Abu Dhabi. We're not the same city anymore. And a lot has happened within that 18 years. You look at the last 18 years and you compare that 18 years versus any other major city on the planet. Maybe there's a couple in China that we can discuss, but outside of China, and we look at the rest of the world, all the other major cities, nobody has witnessed a growth like Dubai. On top of the growth has been the quality of people that have come here. We don't represent Emiratis, although this is the foundation of the city. We represent the whole world. And
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, please.
Fitch
Yes.
is saying
Yes.
7 to 8% correction coming.
Okay, in terms of the real estate market.
Yeah.
Okay.
And currently we are at an all-time average high of about 2,700 dirham per square foot. Where do you think that can go?
Okay, so
and why is Fitch saying 7 to 8% correction?
Well, let's just say, for argument's sake, let's say they're right. Okay, there's a lot of noise in the market, and there's a lot of naysayers, a lot of people saying this and saying that. Some people believe that the market is going to continue to skyrocket. Other people believe it's going to stabilize. Other people believe it's going to drop. Okay, we've got people on every side of the fence, and any scenario doesn't matter, to be honest. What matters is you're being guided right, and you know where to look, because you are right. We are at an all-time high. Let's just be honest. It's not wrong to say that there's likely to be a correction at some point, because what goes up normally must come down, and that's fine. If we look at the last 20 years, okay, we use history as our teacher, and we ask ourselves what has happened in the last 20 years. We saw a ginormous global recession with the Lehman Brothers crash.
2008.
2008. We got hit here 2009, really. That was when we really felt it. And it hit us hard. Really, really hard. Right?
Right.
We saw people fleeing the city, running for the hills. People that were debted up to the eyeballs. And yet, we look at some developers within that time, and their stock didn't drop any further than 30%. Okay? Why is that important? Okay? Because if you look at how they rise and how much they rise by, we've already talked about the last 4 years and what it did to the Dubai real estate market, and the triple X effect that it's had on many master communities with key developers. You'll understand that if you buy right, with the right place and with the right vision, you're going to buy and you're going to protect yourself for your worst case scenario. Now, let's be honest, 2008-9, it could happen again. Okay, but Dubai is not the city that it once was. We are a completely different city to where we were 17 years ago.
But what about this number that's been thrown around, where it's been said that 200,000 units are going to be delivered in 2027?
Absolutely.
How's that going to affect the supply, demand, the yield? The capital growth?
Absolutely. So first of all, great question. And when we look at the supply coming into the market, we have to categorize that. Okay, we can't just look at it as a whole, because there's different levels of supply and different levels of demand depending on which sector you're looking at. You have your apartments, your townhouses and villas. You have your mansions, your ultra luxury. You have your scarcity products in the market, and you also have commercial as well. So if we're looking at that as a whole, we understand that, of course, parts of those equations will be hit. Okay, potentially.
So then the next question is, what do we avoid and where do we invest? And would you invest today?
I would invest today, yes, because I have the knowledge to know where to put my money.
So what are the sectors to avoid? Let's start there.
I wouldn't tar a whole sector and say avoid it.
So which are the ones that we should go for then?
Okay, good. So look, depending on what category you're looking for, would depend on how cautious you are in terms of where you go. Now, if you'd have bought anything 4 years ago, you'd be loving your life right now. You'd be a very, very, very happy man, and you could have bought anything. You could have literally thrown a dart and hit anywhere on the map, and you'd be quids in. Okay, we need to understand what that looks like. We need to know, again, the investor and how long they're looking to be in that investment for. Everybody comes into this with a completely different strategy. Some people, they still think it's 2007. Yeah, they think they can just buy and flip. Okay, those days are gone.
So let's look at it like this. Investors with $1 million and less, where should they go?
$1 million and less. Okay. Well, the options are starting to become more and more scarce in the market, because for $1 million and less, you're really only looking at studios. Of course, there are developers that you can buy a one bed with. However, again, depending on the type of investment you're looking at, if it's, let's say, a buy to rent, whether it be on short-term or long-term lease, you would need to look at an area that is buoyant in that market.
What would you buy?
Well, actually, I'm going to put the question back to you, because this is your game. Yeah, this is what you specialize in. This is where you have a clear picture of the Dubai market, and you understand where the big yields are being made on all these different types of property on short-term leasing. So the question goes back to you.
I can answer it, but to be honest, between the two of us, I'm still not convinced that at an all-time high that we should still be putting money into Dubai. I'm not 100% convinced. I invested here in 2007, and then again in 2013, and I invested in top locations, and I've seen 4 cycles of boom and bust. So I'm a little bit of a worn soldier, right? So I'm a little bit more, careful and cautious. However, my offices are here in Dubai World Trade Center, right next door to the Expo. All of Expo is moving now to the new Expo location. So I don't know, there's like a few hundred events every year here. And there's going to be 10 times that in the future.
In 2026, there'll be 600 events in Expo City.
Right. So that says to me that if I'm in the short-term rental space, I need to be where the business events are going to be. And they're all going to be over there. So if I'm looking in that kind of perspective, I would like to buy in that area at a good square foot price today, because it's a new area, with the the intention of getting high yields on short term because of all the events that are going to happen there. But I'm just speculating. I don't have data to back that up.
Okay, well, that's interesting. I mean, look, you don't have any data to back it up. You don't know what these properties are doing right now around.
Right now in downtown, which is a great place for short-term yields, but the prices have gone up so much that the actual gross yield, net yield, is in like the 7% range.
Okay.
Right?
On short term.
On short term, because the prices have gone up so much.
But that's
However,
That's if you're buying today?
Buying today.
Right, okay.
If you bought 4 years ago, you're making 10, 12,
Okay.
15%.
And again, this is where we need to frame it, okay? Because again, we need to make sure for the viewers at home that are listening to this and that are interested in this conversation, they understand how we frame what we see as a really good opportunity in the market today. Okay? Yes, you are right. If we look at downtown, even we look at Business Bay, the maturity of these areas has increased dramatically. Downtown, you can consider 98% complete. Is that fair to say? Yeah. So we know that in terms of the appreciation, it's only really going to be benefiting dramatically from the overall market versus the destination itself and the milestones that that destination will be hitting. Okay, and you rightly mentioned that Expo City is moving down into the south. Okay, or Expo Centre, should I say, Trade Centre, is moving into Expo City, starting phase 1 next year. 600 events on the doorstep of Expo City, where we're seeing a migration of big Fortune 500 companies. On the doorstep of the metro line as well, and the brand new Emaar Mall, and the future of world travel, Al Maktoum Airport, which will be the largest airport on the planet when it's completed. And so therefore, again,
what's the average price per square foot there? Do you know?
It's varied. We have a few different developers in there. We have the likes of Ellington just launching as it stands. We have Emaar with a beautiful master development, and eventually they'll have, it's called Expo Living. Okay, they have Terra Heights right now, and there'll be another 8 buildings to go, so 4 buildings.
What's the average?
I would say, if we were to average it out without looking at the numbers, let's say around about 1,600 to 1,800 per square foot.
Where do you expect that to go 3 to 5 years from now?
I would say that would be at around 2,500 per square foot.
That's like 20% per year almost.
Yeah. And the thing is, and the reason why I say this is because, and that's conservative, by the way.
Can you get something for under $1 million there?
For under $1 million, I believe you may be able to.
Touch and go, borderline.
Borderline.
Okay.
I mean, and when I say that, there are a few developers that are on the outskirts, should we say, of the key prime time areas that would qualify for the under $1 million dirham buy. Now, if we zoom back in and we look at Expo City and we look at what that represents, and we look at any potential investment into that area at the moment, we have to look at what that means while the buildings are being built. Okay, what's going to happen to your investment during that period? And again, there's always 2 things you want to be looking at. One is the overall market and the capital appreciation of the market, demand. Okay. 2 is the area itself and all the milestones that it's going to be hitting during the period of your build. So let's just take Emaar as the #1 developer of Dubai. Okay, let's take Emaar as a master developer in Expo Living. Okay, and let's look at how they've situated, because if we follow their lead, we're going to make really smart decisions, even if you choose to go with another developer. Okay, i.e. Ellington or Avenue or one of these guys. Now, first of all, connectivity. The good thing is that Expo has been and gone. Okay, so the infrastructure is done, built, finished. The second thing is the metro station, which will connect, or does connect, straight to the Al Maktoum Airport. So when your vision is coming to life, which is, I want people to be literally coming straight to Expo City for their trade show, dropping off their bags, going to the show, coming back home, renting out my my beautiful apartment in Expo Living, and I want to be making maximum yield all throughout the year. Okay, at least 265 days. Now, you look at that scenario in reality, and we fast forward the clock. They come off the plane, they jump on the metro with their baggage. They're down into Expo City within record time. They jump off the metro station, they walk across the road, they go into their Airbnb, okay, and they have everything on their doorstep. You've got the mall next door, so all your facilities. You've got Expo opposite, lots of restaurants and retail, and entertainment. And then you have your trade centre as well. You get to enjoy everything. And
so I can see that you're pro Expo.
I am
City.
pro Expo. I'm
Right.
very pro Expo because we're not looking at just one thing.
What kind of units size? So let's say somebody's got an investment of 2.5 million and less.
Yes,
What would you buy?
I know exactly what I'd buy.
Without giving names or
Okay, without giving names.
types, 1, 2 beds.
Yeah, I'd buy a 2-bed apartment with a premium developer.
And what would that cost you?
Anywhere from 2.1 to 2.4.
And when would that be delivered?
That will be delivered on paper, Q1 2029, but in reality, most likely, I would say Q3, Q4 2028.
And you expect that to double in money over 5 years?
I expect a two-pronged approach for that property. I expect it to make me a lot of money once it's ready, okay, and I expect it to grow a lot between now and when the keys get handed over, okay, for all the reasons I just mentioned. In this build time, there's massive milestones being hit, and even after it hands over, there's still the biggest milestone to be hit, which is the Al Maktoum Airport. So when you look at it and you say, okay, well, maybe this is let's call it an 8-year investment plan.
Yeah.
Okay. An 8-year investment plan depending on, your personal wants and needs, maybe you do need to exit early. Okay, and you want to be secure.
But do you think that location is going to get hit with the yield because of the 200,000 inventory that's coming into the market in 2027?
No.
Why?
Again, going back to the vision and going back to the lay of the land and what it represents. For any of you listening and anyone that's either in real estate or looking to invest in real estate, you need to know Vision 2040.
Right. Can you give us that in a minute?
What I'll tell you is this. When you look at the map of Dubai, fast forwarded 15 years, and you see it in color-coded format, okay? You see the residential, you see the industrial, you see the multi-use, you see all the tourist hotspots. It tells you a really clear story. Actually, you don't even need to spend too long on it. You haven't even got to do the deep dive if you don't want to.
It all looks like it's going that way.
Yes and no.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Because we've got it developing towards, is that the south?
Okay, let's look at it this way. I'm going to focus back.
Yeah.
On the master developer of Dubai.
Yeah.
Okay, or the number one developer of Dubai, which is Ema. Okay. Let's go back again 20 years. Okay, to understand what time we're in right now.
Yeah.
20 years ago, there was a few flags in the sand, I like to call them.
No palm, no downtown, no business bay.
What else was there? That was left field for Dubai back in those days. Keeping in mind, you had Dubai and Dira as the city at that point. We had Emirates Living, Emirates Hills, Meadows, Springs, the Greens, the original 4. The original 6 in Dubai Marina. Okay, and we had Arabian Ranches. All of which were considered in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
On Sheikh Zayed Road, you had Hard Rock Cafe. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was considered the last stop,
Right.
which is basically opposite Media City,
Yeah.
or the end of Media City,
Yeah.
next to the marina.
Mm.
So you consider what time we are in, which is why I say to you, when you look at the overall map of 2040, and you understand, it helps you understand.
Where can our readers get to see that map?
We will put the link
on this post.
Yeah, we will
Right.
put the link in the comments of this video.
Yeah.
And this is an important government document that any investor that really cares about their money
Yeah.
and that wants it to work for them
Yeah.
should take time to understand.
Right.
And actually, for any agent out there, if you don't know it, you're not doing your job properly.
Right.
And thirdly, we should be empowering our buyers with the right information.
Correct.
So,
I just want to.
Yeah, please.
So it's going that way. We agree it's going that way. But what about Dubai Creek?
I haven't finished because flags in the sand. We talked about the flags in the sand. This is what I was coming on to. Okay, so we know what Emirates Hills, Meadows, and Springs has done. We know what Arabian Ranches has done in terms of numbers. By the way, all of those communities have seen 25 years of consistent capital appreciation. Okay,
we've had some dips.
These communities have seen 25 years of consistent capital appreciation. Okay, and they will continue. Again, reason why I mention this. Today's world, in today's market, in Dubai, we have new flags in the sand. Emaar South, the Valley. You can even consider Rashid Yachts and Marina. Okay, these are all new flags in the sand that will shape the city for the future. Now, if we go back to the south now, knowing what we've just discussed, and we look back at the map and we visualize that in color code, we see the neighboring Expo City, and then we see Emaar South on the Abu Dhabi side. Okay, and then we look towards the Dubai side, the side of Dubai that everyone knows and loves and is comfortable with, and maybe feels a little bit more warm and fuzzy about. Okay, because people might get a nosebleed if they go too far. But when they look at what they're comfortable with and what they know, okay, let's look at the existing communities that are close by. Jumeirah Golf Estates, right? Beautiful, stunning. Okay, much loved by us Brits. Okay, and really a wonderful development. We're seeing Jumeirah Golf Estates 2.0 coming around the corner. And next door to that, we're seeing the Oasis, the first ultra-luxury community by Emaar for the last 25 years.
Is that going to be behind DIP?
Close. Very close. Now, when you look next door to Oasis, you'll see the Grand Polo. So you've got ultra-luxury in the form of Oasis, high-end luxury in terms of the Grand Polo, and just beneath it is going to be the Heights, which, I mean, doesn't really say what it does on the tin because it's a townhouse project, okay, so you're not very high, but another Emaar master community. And the little triangle in between all of these communities I mentioned is Damac Riverside, okay, which again, people can say what they want about Damac, but they're a huge part of our city. They have shown their mettle in certain communities, and they fill a certain need within the market. I know I'm mentioning a lot of developers' names, and this is not me siding. I'm impartial, and I listen to my clients first. But when we understand the shape of the city, we have to look at these names in order to know what's happening. Yeah. So, with all of what I've just said, JGE 1, 2, and then Oasis, Grand Polo, and Heights, and Emaar South, we're looking at a luxury living We're looking at master communities. We're looking at 15-minute cities. We're looking at all the conveniences.
It's so much information. How do you know where to go? And are those being launched at a price today that will make sense 3 to 5 years from now?
I'm really happy to say that yes, they are.
Mm.
I'm okay. Let's take the most expensive. Okay, the ultra luxury sector. Let's look at the Oasis. So you're looking from 1,700 to 2,100 per square foot.
Wow, it's not that bad.
It's amazing.
But what are those ticket sizes?
Well, they're starting at 8 million, and they're going, north of 30. It's a varied mix.
How would you compare that to Dubai Hills luxury?
Well, that's funny you ask, because I was looking at the data the other day, and again, Dubai Hills, just FYI, is the same size as Oasis, with eventually 32,000 homes, and Oasis will only have 3,100 homes.
1/10.
It's the lowest density community ever built. It's lagoon living, forest living, high-end luxury. You're looking at all of the amenities you can possibly imagine for this type of community. Okay. Plus, think about who your neighbours are going to be. It will be the address. And unlike some communities out there where everyone's kind of in their own little box, this won't be like that. There'll be communal spaces, lots of them. There'll be places where people can meet and connect, network, and grow together. This community has everything going for it. And if we look back at Dubai Hills, which is, by the way, has become pretty much a blueprint of success in the world of real estate, and we compare the two, we understand what's going to happen next. Dubai Hills Estate is amazing. It used to be my home for many years, and I saw what happened. I lived it and I felt it. I know why it did so well. Okay, and part of that was divine timing. Okay, with COVID and everything that happened, but also the way they stage their development, email we're talking about, is very smart. And this blueprint, where they, through the off-plan period, they slowly manipulate and increase the pricing. This blueprint of staging the community milestones is an investor's dream. Putting that into numbers, looking at the transactions in the ultra luxury sector, which are all around the golf course.
So ultra luxury, you would say, is 5 million and above.
I'm going to go a little bit higher than that.
6 million and above.
I'm going to keep going. So
7 or 8 million and above.
Let's say 10 million.
10 million and above.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered up to 2.5. What is somebody with a budget of 5 million or less? Where would you go for that?
5 million or less for a villa. We're talking about
villa, apartment, whatever you think.
Yes. Yeah. Again, is it an investment or is it to live in?
Combination, let's say.
Yeah. Let's say they want to live in it, but they want to grow wealth.
Yeah.
Okay. Now for 5 million, there are still some. They're becoming more limited actually in terms of options out there in the market. But
would you go branded?
Would I go branded? If it was a hospitality brand that held a lot of credibility.
Do you see there's an upside there?
With branded residences? There is. The numbers don't lie. Yeah. So you're seeing a 30 to 60% uplift.
But what I'm sensing from you, that budget bracket is a little bit risky for growth.
The 5 million.
Yeah.
Well, I'm only looking at the market today. Okay. And if you really want to secure yourself something,
You have the ability to use that 5 and break it into.
so here's a smart buy right now. If you wanted a ready property, and we're not talking off plan anymore, and you had 5 million dirhams to spend, you could look at an area which is a little bit older, okay, and that has properties that are maybe in need of some TLC.
You can buy a 3-bedroom starting price for about 5 million downtown today with a Burj view.
Yes.
It will bring you in a short-term rental yield of about 6 to 7%.
Okay.
Maybe 5. However, do you think that property will double over the next 10 years?
No.
That's interesting. Why not?
For all the reasons that I just mentioned.
But it's scarcity. We're out of stock there. No more developer stock soon.
This is true. However, there's a lot of options coming up on its doorstep. Okay. Again, we maybe fast forward the clock a little bit further, and maybe then you start to see a second wave of gain. But if we're kind of bouncing around a bit now, but just to kind of talk about this particular point, the more mature areas, there's people that have made very good money in mature areas, by the way. You know, but they have a strategy and they know how to deliver it. So, as an example, as I was mentioning, in the older areas, maybe you spot something that needs a bit of love. Okay, that you can go in, renovate and refurb. Okay, and put back on the market.
Finally, we're there.
Right. So, if we look at the renovation and refurb opportunities, again, they're becoming a little bit more limited now. You really need to know where to look. And again, it's still important to understand that.
What areas are we talking about? Springs, meadows, Arabian ranches?
Yes, all of the above. They're all great. Even areas like JBT.
Really?
Yeah. Think about where JBT is situated. And also...
That's where the majority of that 200,000 stock is coming, isn't it?
200,000 stock?
200,000 new
JBT.
units. Not in JBT specifically, but in and around that Dubai land.
Yeah, but we're looking at apartments mainly.
Oh, you're talking about...
Villas. We're talking about the price tag.
Yeah, there's a very short supply of villas there.
Exactly.
And they're nice and big.
Right, they're scarcity properties.
Good plot sizes.
Beautiful plot sizes. Okay, built like tanks. Okay, and they...
Would you expand on them or just refurb them?
I would expand them, but not by much, because you get charged an arm and a leg.
There's a huge charge on that.
There's a huge charge. So I've seen some amazing.
How easy is it to come by those deals?
It's not about coming by the deal. It's about, okay, so first of all, yes, there are not dilapidated, but let's say they need a bit of love. Yeah. Okay. There are villas in that community right now that you can go and pick up for 4.8. Wow. Okay. 2-bed, built like tanks. Okay. Massive plots. For, let's just say, around 500,000 to 800,000 dirhams, you could invest into that property, and you could put it back on the market, and easily get 6.5.
Adding a bedroom.
There's different ways. So there could be an extension of the living space. Right. Okay. And that doesn't necessarily need to cost you a fortune, because I've seen it done where they put the pergola on the back side of the house. They encase it in glass. When people come round to check and give it the sign off, they remove all the glass and then they replace it when, to live in. So the floor space is extended. You haven't paid a penny for the extension other than the cost of the build. Okay, and you've just increased your square footage dramatically in the downstairs living space. Right. As you go upstairs, and you move into the top of the house, there's this ginormous stairwell that, in essence, is quite a waste of space.
Yeah.
I've seen, again, a beautiful way of...
so it's just getting creative with the space.
You've got to get creative with it. And plus, you've got that massive terrace on the front, on the top.
Yeah.
And again, all you've got to do is maybe do a couple of meters there, and you've got another extra room, you've got an office, and you've got...
That's 4.8 million for a 2-bedroom villa or townhouse?
Villa, standalone.
Standalone.
On a massive plot.
On a massive plot. That's £1 million.
Yeah.
Isn't that coming close to UK prices now, London prices?
Okay. If you can show me a villa in a safe community with a plot size like that.
Probably not. Yeah.
In London.
No. You'd have to go outskirts.
With beautiful parks, with 24-hour security roaming around.
But in Surrey, you could get one.
But they're not going to have any of what I've just mentioned. And on top of that as well, the connectivity. Okay? From JVT.
Is the metro ever coming there?
To JVT? I haven't seen that.
JVC?
JVC, I would imagine so. I would imagine so. Let's talk about connectivity for a second, because we haven't really touched on it.
Before we go there, under 10 million. You've got 10 million. I'm giving you 10 million right now to spend. How are you going to spend 10 million today? Investment.
One property?
No, as many as you want.
As many as I like?
As many as you like.
Okay. Let's make it interesting. I'll diversify my portfolio.
Okay.
I won't say I'm going to take a load of apartments in one building.
No.
Okay. So we've talked about Expo City. We've talked about the upside of that. I would put 4.5 million.
2 2-beds? 3 1-beds?
Doesn't matter at this stage.
A variance of 1 and 2s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 or 3 units?
I see good growth and I see good yield.
Yeah,
okay.
Good yield, good growth, definitely.
Yeah, I see both boxes ticked.
4.5 gone.
With
where are you spending the
lots
rest?
of great milestones.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we look at the remainder. I would look also towards Jumeirah Garden City.
Okay, this side of town.
This side of town.
Opposite Business Bay.
Opposite DIFC.
DIFC, opposite DIFC.
Okay.
Close to, what's that area called?
City Walk.
City Walk, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a new flag in the sand, isn't it?
It's a new flag. Well, it's an old flag being polished.
Yeah, but what a wonderful location.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, Satwa, which is what it is.
Who are the developers there?
There are a mix. A fair amount of...
Any government, semi-government?
I need to double check.
Mainly private?
Mainly private.
Right, okay.
Mainly private.
Okay.
Now, the reason I like JGC...
JGC.
Yeah.
Jumeirah Garden City.
Yeah, Jumeirah Garden City. The reason I like it is because what it's doing in today's market is it's offering an affordable opportunity to be close to the action.
Right.
Okay, really close to the action.
Right.
And with DIFC...
What's the price per square foot?
Variant.
Per average?
Or let's say... I would say probably around 2,000, 2,200 approximately.
Is it higher quality than Business Bay?
Don't quote me on that. Is it higher quality than Business Bay?
Yeah.
Well, what I'll tell you is this. The buildings are predominantly low-rise.
Right.
Okay. The developers are predominantly newer developers.
Right.
That are making a name for themselves.
Right.
Okay. And with that, it adds something to the party.
Right.
70 new developers entered the market this year.
How much would you spend there?
How much will I spend there? I've not got much money left in my.
You got 6.5 million left.
Oof. I would spend 1.5 8 million.
Just one unit then.
I'd take a unit.
Right, okay, 6.5, 5.5, you've got 4.5, 4.8 left.
4.8 left. Okay. There's something that I've had my eye on and I'm waiting for it to launch. And going back slightly to the south, not as far as Expo, but heading towards it. I would like to have a beautiful little townhouse, okay, in the Heights.
In the Heights?
Yeah.
And that's an EMAR development,
That's an email master.
up
community.
nearby the Oasis and Jumeirah Golf Estates and that sector.
You got it.
Right. And is that going to be a short-term rental, a long-term rental? What are you going to do with that?
I think that would be a long-term rental.
And is that a capital appreciation play?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
How much is one of those costing?
3 beds starting at 2.5 potentially.
Quite reasonable. When is that?
I mean,
launching?
again, don't quote me on this because there's a lot of
Could
noise.
change.
There's a lot of noise in the market. We will never know until it's launched.
Yeah.
So
let's say 3.
Let's say 3.
You've got 1.5 left.
1.5 left. Let's say 2.5.
You want more money?
I do.
All right, I'll give you more money. 2.5. What are you going to do with it?
Okay. I'll see what I could pick up down in on the waterfront.
Where?
Either Rashid Yachts and Marina,
right,
or Maritime City.
Ooh.
I know.
What about Dubai Islands? Prices are really good over there. I like those locations. The price is around 2,500 per square foot.
You are right.
On the islands with sea views.
I like the connectivity of Maritime City. Okay, I really like the connectivity and what they're planning to do.
You're very positive about Dubai, I can feel.
Look,
you would invest 10 million of your own hard-earned money today into Dubai at current prices.
If I did,
yes or no?
Yes. If I didn't have the knowledge that I have, and I was maybe a little less with the finger on the pulse, I would, given my 18 years of experience in Dubai, I would be very cautious.
But
and
given the knowledge that you have, you're very bullish.
I am.
I've got 2 questions. First one, I'm giving you between 10 to 15 million to purchase your own residence in Dubai. Where would you and how would you spend that money?
Oh, I'm going to sound like a broken record because I'm seemingly mentioning the same names over and over again.
Yeah, but that's the wisdom.
Yeah, that's true. Look, in my mind, the golden egg, the lottery, the guaranteed lottery ticket, and also the premier destination for life is going to be the Oasis.
The Oasis by Emaar. What would you get for that kind of money there?
I'd get a beautiful luxury mansion.
How many square foot?
Let's give, maybe, let's say 7,000.
How much is that costing?
Let's say 15 million.
So over and above Dubai Hills, Jumeirah Golf Estates, all the other different options, you would go there.
I need to double check those numbers. Don't quote me on the square footage, okay? But it would be, I would buy blindly in Oasis.
Wow.
Anything that I could get my hands on and afford in the Oasis, I would take.
Okay, so my last question would be that.
And just to back that up a little bit further, if you're lucky enough to be able to buy off-plan in the Oasis on any phase of launch, then well done. Okay? Because I am witnessing things right now, and I have witnessed already, because we're 1.5 years into the build of Oasis, or into the payment plan, should I say, of Oasis. People have already made large sums of money.
What kind of returns?
Or let's just say you bought for 10 million phase one. You could have exited for 15 now.
With how much down payment?
40%.
40%, and you're making 50%. So your money's doubled in a year and a half.
A year and a half.
I'll take 5.
Exactly.
Right, last question for today from me. We recently saw a 12-day war.
Yes.
Where, I don't know about everybody else, but I was a bit scared when the airports got shut down and I wouldn't be able to leave. And that made me question, could this happen again? How would this affect? Now, I am 20 years in Dubai. Dubai is home. I love Dubai.
By the way, are we really ending it on this note?
Yeah, well, we're going to have more sessions, right?
Yeah, we are.
Right, so we're going to leave it on a high note, right? So, I'm pro Dubai. I love Dubai. I don't want to live anywhere else. I believe that Dubai management, UAE management.
Why do you love Dubai?
I bring it down to one thing.
Go on.
Show me another government in the world that cares about its residents and citizens as much as the UAE government does.
You'd be hard pushed.
Right, and that's the main reason. And that shows in their actions of delivery. The roads, the hospitals, the schools, the airports, the railway, the metro, the lack of crime, the safety, the laws. I can be somebody with a very low salary and I can get into a legal problem with maybe a spouse or anybody, an employer, and for a very small amount of money, I can open a legal case and get my justice. That's very hard to do, even in England.
Agreed.
Right? If you're going for a divorce in England, you need to have £15,000-20,000 to pay solicitor fees. So that's my measure. Is that I feel very comfortable under the management of the UAE, and I think they're a good bunch of people, and they're working towards. They genuinely care about their residents and citizens. And almost, I've rarely come across corruption here. And the key measure for success, any part of the world or anywhere, in any organization, anywhere, is justice. Wherever justice is propagated, there will be what we call in Arabic barakah. There will be blessings. And that's why I'm pro Dubai, pro UAE. So my question is going back to this 12-day war. During the 12-day war, I was a bit scared. I was like, how long is this going to go on for? I'm in the holiday home business, now entering back into the sales. But if tourists can't come into Dubai, I can't get my properties rented, and that income's going to stop. And then my landlords are going to suffer, my business is going to suffer. And maybe people will start to sell their properties because now there's a war that we don't know when will finish. And it did finish, but will it come back? Is there a likelihood of it coming back? What's your view on that with the whole plan and your bullishness on the territory?
Okay, so let's call it what it is. Okay, there are wars happening as we speak. Not just talking about the conflicts happening in Gaza. Okay, I'm also talking about Yemen. I'm also talking about, the tensions in other parts of the region. But what you've got to understand is this. First of all, there's always a what if. Okay? There's a what if no matter where you look in the world right now. No one is 110%, secure and safe.
Absolutely. I wanted to buy in Bali, and I heard about the volcano erupting there. There's always a what if.
There's always a what if. Yeah, you're right. Natural disasters can cause way more damage than a war. Look what's happened in the US recently.
Greece, Cyprus,
China.
Anyway, back to the point.
Right. So back to the point. The 12-day war. If that happened 15 years ago, we would have probably seen cars flying towards the airport. Today, we see, again, a very different reaction.
Yeah.
Okay? People weren't doing that.
Yeah, true.
Okay, the confidence in this city, okay, in this country is completely different.
Did we see more money come in?
We have security. We have international relations. Okay, we have the whole world in this city, including the nationalities that were fighting against each other. Okay, we have businesses that are important to those countries. Okay, and it would be like going outside and scratching your own car. Okay, because we represent something and we have purpose here. And it makes sense. Not that wars make sense, because we know sometimes they don't. But typically, it makes sense to protect and allow what's happening here to continue, because it's for the good of the whole region.
So it doesn't affect your bullishness on the state of the market.
Listen, I wouldn't be getting into this market with a short-term view anyway. Okay, I would be getting into this market looking at how I build legacy in the market.
So you're from London?
I'm from London.
Like me, not too far from me.
Yeah.
And the way I see you're going, you've got another 10, 20-year view on Dubai.
Yeah.
Are you planning to stay here for a long time still?
Well, at least another 10 years as a minimum. I'm 46 now. My son's 6 years old. Okay, so need to get him through school, potentially uni. Okay. I still have a fair few miles on the clock, and I fully intend to use them. And where else better to be than one of the most growth-centric cities on the planet, other than Dubai?
Good.
You know, there's one last thing I want to add into this.
Yeah.
Okay, to really double down on the why.
Right.
This year, we are seeing a continuation of the millionaire migration.
Right.
And the UAE is number one.
Right.
So
numbers don't lie.
Okay, numbers don't lie. Also, energy doesn't. Okay. We know that there's a lot of money coming in. We know that. But outside of money, there's talent, there's business, there's new jobs opening up, and there's a big boost coming into our economy. Did you know that 1 millionaire leaving the UK is the equivalent to 40 taxpayers?
Wow.
So again, yes, numbers don't lie, but energy doesn't either. And when you think about it in that manner, and you understand what it's representing, with last year 6,400 or 6,700, forget what it was now, new millionaires moving into Dubai, and this year we're looking at 10,000 there or thereabouts. What picture does that paint? And let's not forget that this is an abundant place. Think about the amount of millionaires that are being made weekly here. It's true. Just in our game.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ian.